once again to your ENC EduMate YouTube channel. So this is a revision session based on the focus area, an anecdote, an incident or event that happened in the life of the narrator or the writer. Horegallu, written by Sudha Murty. Let us know something about Sudha Murty. She was born in 1950 at Horegallu in North Karnataka. And M.Tech, Master of Technology in Computer Science. She teaches computer science to postgraduate students. And she is a prolific, a voracious, not a reader, but writer in English and Kannada language. And she has written novels, technical books, travelogues, writing about the travels she had underwent or undergone, collections of short stories and non-fiction pieces. And Horegallu is an anecdote is taken from the old man and his God. Discovering the Spirit of India, 2006, Penguin Books, New Delhi. So this is about Sudha Murty. We are going to concentrate on the important points of Horegallu. So the anecdote starts with, hot summer days remind me of my childhood in a little village. There was a large banyan tree just giving refreshing shade right in the middle of the village, North Indian village, and I would spend many hours playing under it during my holidays. The narrator is talking about the incident that happened. It is a nostalgic moment she is telling. The tree, the banyan tree, was like a massive umbrella giving shade, with its branches providing much needed shade and suck. Travelers, especially tired travelers, spent some time sitting under it and catching their breath, means refreshing themselves before going on continuing their journey. To make these travelers comfortable, there was a Horegallu under the banyan tree. Horegallu literally means a stone bench that can bear weight. It was a large flat stone placed horizontally, this is the motion of horizontally, over two vertical ones, thus making a stone bench on which anyone could sit and rest for some time, rest for some time, chat with the other fellow travelers and exchange news of the road. In addition to this comfortability, cool water would be kept in earthen pots, not steel and iron pots, earthen pots made of soil or clay, near the stone bench, Horegallu, and people could quench their thirst. The tired travelers will be thirsty and they can collect water from these earthen pots before starting their journeys again. I am sure the Horegallu in our village holds special memories. So I am memorizing this one for me, as it is inextricably linked, which cannot be separated from my memory. Linked with my grandfather. Grandfather is another human Horegallu. And grandfather was a retired school teacher and would spend hours every day sitting under the banyan tree and talking to those resting under this banyan tree. So when I would get tired of playing, I would sit next to my grandfather and observe the people he was speaking to and listen to their conversations, what they are speaking. That is what. Most of them, actually, the travelers were villagers taking a break from their work in the fields nearby. They were farmers working in the fields. They had to walk long distance each day after their work, carrying heavy loads, burdens on their heads, tired out by the heat because it was a summer days. They would drink the cool water, wash their faces with it, and chat with the grandfather. And let us see, their conversation would be about their daily lives or the events happening in their daily lives and worries. Actually, these workers addressed the grandfather as Masterji because he is a retired schoolmaster. That is why they address him Masterji. This summer has been so hot. I have never seen such dry weather, very humid weather. Or Masterji, it is getting difficult for me to carry these large loads on my head. Thank God for this Horegallu. I wish my son would help, but he only wants to go to the city. They spoke about the difficulties they lived with. My grandfather could only listen to them, but just talking to him seemed to refresh them for the journey. After some time, they would pick up their loads, burdens, with some ease and go on their way. The Horegallu was an important feature in their lives. As a child, I would often not understand why they blessed it so often for being there. After all, it was only a stone bench. It was my grandfather who told me, child, a Horegallu is very important in any journey. So we all carry our burdens according to our situations and capacities. But every once in a while, we need to stop for rest. Put down that burden and rest. Only then can we be refreshed enough to pick up the load once again and to start our journey. The Horegallu gives everyone that opportunity to do so. It helps people regain their strength. So here I am just going to explain something. Physical Horegallus, the narrator is first talking about, placed under the banyan tree, where the tired travelers during their journey will come and unburden their luggage and will sit there and drink some cold water from the earthen pots kept nearby. And after some time they will feel refreshed and they will resume their journey. They will start again their journey with their burdens on their body. But that is a physical Horegallu. Now I am talking about the human Horegallus because grandfather is depicted here by the narrator as a human Horegallu because the grandfather used to listen to the worries and tensions and problems of the laborers or the farmers who work in the nearby field will come there to refresh themselves and drink water, and listening helps these laborers refresh their minds. They will be completely relieved of their tensions and problems of day-to-day life and they will go relaxedly after having a conversation because grandfather does not speak to them. Grandfather is only listening to. So sharing the problems and worries and tensions will relieve all these tensions, worries and burdens from the persons or the laborers who speak to the grandfather. Now we are going to understand about another human Horegallu that the narrator is talking to us. Later on in life, I got to see something that reminded me of that stone bench once again. I was working in Bombay, now it is called Mumbai. One of my colleagues, co-worker, the person who works with the narrators, colleagues, her name is Ratna, was a senior clerk, middle-aged and always smiling. That is a good positive quality. Always having a smiling face is a positive quality. She has done her graduation and been working in the company for nearly 25 years. She went about her repetitive, mundane, earthly work with an infectious cheerfulness. You see, Ratna is always having a laughing or a smiling face, and that smile will be infected, will be contracted to the people she is mingled with in the workplace. That is called infectious cheerfulness. Every day during the lunch hour, 1 hour will be given for lunch, she would sit with some persons in one of the rooms and they would have a long chat, conversations. I would often wonder what they talked about, what other colleagues talked about to Ratna. One day, I finally asked Ratna, "Hey Ratna, what do you talk with each person for the whole lunch hour?" Ratna smiled and said simply, "They share their troubles with me." Wonderful. Previously, I told that sharing gives a kind of a relief. But our narrator asked her, "But how can you solve the troubles of so many people? Do you always have an answer for them?" Ratna told her, No. I cannot suggest or propose any kind of solution for their problems. I only listen. Listening is one of the best qualities you should inculcate. And that is enough. That solves the problem. I was young and incredulous. Could not believe at such a simplistic outlook. But Ratna answered with the same patience and affection that she must have used with all my colleagues. I am not a trained counselor proposing or suggesting some solutions for their problems and worries, or an intellect, not an intellect. No one can solve your problems. You have to do it by yourself. Then how do you help them? By listening to them? Narrator asked. Then Ratna is telling, God has given me 2 years to listen to others. I hear them out with sympathy and without any judgment. Plain listening. When a person in trouble or under a lot of mental strain finds an outlet, solution for his worries, it relieves half his burden. He becomes mentally refreshed. His problems, worries and everything were relieved of his mind. I thought for some time and said, but you don't ever break the confidence and tell others the secrets you hear, even by mistake. That is a wonderful thing you see here. So, the narrator asked her, won't you tell the secrets and tensions and worries of these people to any other people by chance? Then Ratna gives the answer for that. Not even in my dreams. Even in my dreams also, I won't reveal their secrets and worries and tensions and problems. I consider that to be the worst kind of betrayal. Cheating. If I reveal those people's secrets and worries and tensions and problems, it is the worst, means a very dirty kind of betrayal, cheating. I don't think there is a greater sin than betraying someone's confidence. That is why with that confidence, all the people come and share their problems and worries to them. They tell me their worries because they know I will never talk about it or gossip about it to any other persons. Only when they know their words are secure with me, secret and safe with me, can they talk to me freely. Then only they will speak to me their worries and tensions and problems and secrets to me freely. This way, I relieve their burden for a short while till they are ready to pick themselves up and carry on with their journey. After getting mental relaxation or consolation, they start their other part of their life journey. Her words uncannily echoed my grandfather's. So again there is a striking similarity between Ratna and grandfather. Sitting on the stone bench under the banyan tree, perhaps in their own small ways without access to great wealth. Both these people, both the grandfather and Ratna, were doing tremendous, very great social service, better than counselors, trained counselors. No one thought of acknowledging their work or rewarding them for it. Nobody realized the greatness of their work and rewarding them for their service. But they continued to do so as these acts of kindness gave them joy. Because this is a kind of a universal social service, a kind of mental pleasure they undergo, experience. If ever now I happen to pass a Horegallu in a village, I remember them and wish there were many more of them in this world. That means both physical Horegallus as well as human Horegallus should be there more and more in number all over the world in order to free the present tensed generation of the world. I hope you understood this one. We will be doing, this is the focus area, anecdote, most textual activities and read and respond and think and write questions and answers and textual activities. We will come again and again with the more episodes. I hope you have benefited out of this. Please try to share to your friends and ask them to subscribe. And be in touch with the EMC Achievement YouTube channel and be competent to score A+. Wish you all the best. Thank you.